Hi everybody, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Today's DIY is going to be these clay earrings. I am super duper obsessed with how easy it is to make things out of this fake clay, so I did want to attempt at earrings as I saw one of the designs on Pinterest and wanted to see if I could make it for myself. So if you didn't watch my previous video, to start out I am taking little pieces of this baking clay and I'm just going to roll them out into these like long looking worms. I don't want these to be too long as the earring is not nowhere nearly as big as the coasters that I made, but I do want them to be thinner so that the colors can blend a little bit better than they did on the other ones. Now I'm going to add a little white because I am going to want this to be a marble effect, and you do want to make sure that these are sticking together and that you don't mess up the order because it will kind of change how marbly the pattern is. Now I am going to do this a few times because I want it to be super marbly, and as I do this you'll see how it changes the more that I roll it. So I did it the first time, I'm going to roll it out, look at it. I want more of a marble design, so I'm just going to make it into like a worm again, I guess. Fold it in half, twist it again, and then ball it up. And now you'll see how the pattern changes. And then I did it a third time because I wanted it to be super dupery marbly for these earrings. So next, this part is pretty simple. I'm just going to use a rolling pin that I got from the Dollar Tree and flatten this out. I don't want it to be too flat because I want these earrings to have a certain amount of thickness. And once I do that, I'm going to just use another pair of earrings that I have to create the shape. Now I'm just doing this to make a marking so that I know that it's perfect, as I'm never really good at drawing circles or squares or anything like that. And after I do this, I'm going to use the Xacto knife to cut it out and be as careful as I possibly can to not mess up this circle. I'm really bad with circles, guys. Like I'm so with squares and rectangles and hexagons, but circles are always hard. So if you do find that you mess it up a little, just pat it back into place and always be sure to save the excess as you can use it for another one. So onto the second earring, I am going to make the base for this white, which is kind of easy. I don't have to roll make any worms. I'll just use a rolling pin to flatten this out. And I have this shape that I cut out here, and I'm going to just use the Xacto knife. Again, may not be perfect. You can always adjust it after you take the piece out. It's just really to give me a good outline. Moving on, so I wanted the earring to have kind of like an accent color since these are going to be black and white, and I thought that the green would be cool as opposed to doing the silver or the black that I have. I'm using this sewing instrument. I don't know, I found it in my mom's sewing box and it's just the right size of what I was looking for. And then I'm also just going to cut it out with the Xacto knife and fix it up a bit. Now I did bake these based off of the instructions. Mine says 250 I believe, and I did it for about 10 to 12 minutes. Just be sure to follow whichever way that you get the instructions so that you don't burn it. Next, I'm going to use an acrylic paint pen to draw on these abstract kind of eyes and lips onto the earrings. I thought it was cool when I found them appear on Pinterest, kind of just different and a little funky and has an art kind of feel to it. So I wanted to make a pair. So for the next part, guys, I'm going to seal them with a glazed gloss. I got this from Home Depot. They do have the paint version, but I didn't find it at the time, so I'm getting the spray paint version. Just make sure that you're about 10 to 12 inches away from this and not as close as I was, because it will kind of go on a little thick. So just give it some space. If you find it is too thick, get a paintbrush to kind of just make it a little even. And I'm going to spray this on the green pieces and the white pieces as well. And then I'm going to, off camera, I did hot glue the earrings pieces together, and then I'll show you the last step. So now that the glaze has dried, I am going to just glue on the backings and the earrings will be pretty much done. Like I said, for the black, white, and green ones, I did hot glue the green piece to the white. because I was having a hard time with the link and I found that this was better anyways. And then I'm going to use my hot glue gun. This is Gorilla Glue, I believe, and I'm just going to glue the backing on, let that dry. And there you guys have it. These are the clay earrings that I made. I absolutely love these. I think they'd be cool gifts. And I'm really just excited to experiment with baking clay and different things around the house that I can make and kind of expand my creativity. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!